Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Breaking entertainment news, Boat and Oates' Real Wedding 2025 Live, a celebration that stunned the world. Bangkok woke up to history this morning. The streets were buzzing, the hotels packed, and the internet on fire. What began as speculation has now become reality. Thailand's beloved stars Boat Napat and Oat Promote have officially tied the knot in a breathtaking wedding broadcast live to millions around the globe. From the early hours, fans gathered outside the Mandarin Oriental Hotel, Bangkok, which had been transformed into a palace of love. The venue shimmered with golden chandeliers, walls lined with white roses, lilies, and hydrangeas, and a soft fragrance of jasmine filling the air. For many, it felt less like stepping into a hotel and more like entering a dream. The livestream countdown began at 8 a.m., and before the clock struck 0, more than 10 million people worldwide had already joined. Hashtags including #BoatOatWedding, #BoForever, and #LoveWins2025 shot to the top of trending lists across Twitter, TikTok, and Weibo. Fans from Asia, Europe, Africa, and the Americas all tuned in, proving that this was not just a wedding, but a global event. As the cameras swept over the venue, the magnitude of the moment was undeniable. Fellow BL actors, directors, producers, singers, and even international celebrities filled the seats, their expressions mirroring the excitement and emotion of the fans watching at home. The applause as each guest walked in echoed through the halls, making the energy almost tangible. Then, the ceremony began. First to walk down the aisle was Boat Napat, dressed in a stunning ivory suit crafted by a renowned Thai designer. His smile was radiant, his eyes already shimmering with tears, and the livestream chat exploded. "He looks like a prince. Boat is glowing with happiness. This is the most beautiful moment of 2025. But if Boat's entrance set the tone, Oat's arrival sealed the magic. The lights dimmed, a soft piano version of their first ever duet played, and there he was, Oat Promote, in a perfectly tailored black suit with a silk tie that caught the light like stars. The way he looked at Boat made the entire hall fall silent. It was a gaze that spoke of years of friendship, trust, and love finally reaching its highest moment. When they finally met at the altar, their hands reached for each other instinctively. A close-up camera caught Boat whispering faintly, "I've waited my whole life for this day with you." The microphones barely caught it, but the fans did. Within seconds, Twitter timelines filled with screenshots and emotional captions. The guests stood, clapped, and even outside the hotel, the cheers of fans could be heard through the livestream. Many were in tears, waving banners that read, "Forever our boys and BO 2025, love that lasts a lifetime." The vows began, and silence fell again. Boat spoke first, his voice shaking but steady enough to pierce every heart in the room. "You've been my best friend, my anchor, my partner. Today, I promise you forever, not just in front of the cameras, not just in front of the fans, but here, in my heart." Oat followed, his tone deep and warm. "I never thought love could be this real until you. You gave me courage, you gave me hope, and today, I promise to give you my all until the very end." Tears rolled down faces everywhere, actors, fans, even the cameraman capturing the event. This was not just another celebrity wedding. It was a declaration that love, no matter where it blossoms, deserves to be celebrated. And then came the moment. The officiant declared them partners for life. Boat and Oat exchanged rings, delicate bands engraved with each other's initials, and the date the 17th of September, 2025. The rings shone under the chandelier light as if the universe itself was blessing the union. When they kissed, the hall erupted. Guests stood on their feet, clapping, shouting, and crying. Fans outside screamed so loudly that the livestream microphones caught the echoes. Fireworks lit up the Bangkok sky, and the river beside the hotel reflected every burst of light. Social media broke records within minutes. Instagram feeds were flooded with photos, TikTok edits of the kiss gained millions of views instantly, and Weibo servers nearly crashed under the traffic. Commentators hailed it as the wedding of the decade and the love story that rewrote BL history. But the magic didn't stop at the ceremony. As the newlyweds walked down the aisle hand in hand, surprise performances began. Famous Thai singers serenaded the couple, fellow BL actors delivered heartfelt speeches, and a giant screen displayed a timeline of Boat and Oat's journey together from their first public interaction to today's unforgettable moment. The couple themselves couldn't hide their emotions. Boat was seen wiping tears from his eyes multiple times, while Oat continuously squeezed his hand in reassurance. The bond was undeniable, and the message was clear. This was no publicity stunt, no scripted scene, this was real love. Outside the venue, fans lit candles, sang together, and created a sea of light by the riverside. Many described it as a spiritual experience, saying they felt part of something historic. Even those watching from across the world said the energy was so powerful, it was as though they were right there in Bangkok, witnessing history with their own eyes. And as the live stream continued, the anchor's voice captured the essence of the moment. Today is not just about two stars getting married. Today is about love conquering doubt, about faith conquering fear, and about two people brave enough to live their truth before the whole world. Today, Boat and Oat have shown us what forever looks like. This is only the beginning of the celebration, but one thing is certain, the world will never forget September 17, 2025, the day Boat and Oat sealed their love story in front of millions. While the world is still reeling from the grandeur of Boat Napat and Oat Promote's wedding, insiders have begun sharing touching behind-the-scenes details that reveal just how intimate and heartfelt the day truly was. If the live broadcast showed the spectacle, the whispers from those closest to the couple have painted a picture of raw emotions, tender gestures, and love so genuine it left everyone in awe. According to wedding staff, the hours leading up to the ceremony were filled with a mixture of nerves and excitement. Boat, usually calm and charismatic, was said to have paced back and forth in his dressing room, rehearsing his vows in a trembling voice. At one point, he reportedly turned to his stylist and asked quietly, "Do I look like someone worthy of forever?" The stylist assured him that he didn't just look like it, he embodied it. Meanwhile, Oat had been described as calm but deeply emotional. Sources said he kept staring at the wedding rings before the ceremony, gently tracing the engraved date with his thumb. He reportedly told a close friend, "This is more than jewelry. This is the rest of my life in my hands." Those words alone had staff members tearing up even before the event began. During the reception, while cameras captured the grandeur, many private moments went unseen. One insider shared that when the montage of their unseen journey played on the big screen, Boat leaned against Oat's shoulder, whispering, "I still can't believe this is us." Oat kissed his forehead softly in response, a gesture so simple yet so intimate that those nearby said it was the most moving moment of the entire night. Another detail that melted hearts was the couple's choice of gifts for each other. Oat surprised Boat with a handwritten letter that he had secretly been working on for months. Sources said the letter contained memories of their earliest days together, private jokes, and promises he never dared to speak aloud until now. Boat, upon reading it, broke into tears and hugged him so tightly that Oat had to laugh and say, "Careful, you'll wrinkle your suit before the pictures." Boat, in turn, gifted Oat a specially crafted watch, engraved with the words, "Every second with you is forever." Insiders revealed that Oat immediately put the watch on and refused to take it off even as the night ended. Fans also speculated about one of the night's most touching scenes, when Boat fed Oat a slice of cake. What cameras didn't fully capture was Oat returning the favor by carefully wiping frosting from Boat's lips with his own thumb before stealing a playful kiss. Guests erupted in laughter, but the gesture lingered in everyone's minds as proof of how comfortable, natural, and deeply in love they truly are. As the reception drew to a close, another layer of magic unfolded. In an unplanned moment, guests formed a circle around the couple, chanting their names. Boat and Oat stood at the center, overwhelmed, before Boat lifted the microphone one last time. His voice cracked as he said, "This is not just our wedding, it's our promise to all of you. Thank you for carrying us here." The crowd cheered, tears flowed again, and confetti filled the air. It was the kind of finale no script could ever recreate. But the fairytale didn't end at midnight. Early the next morning, the newlyweds were spotted boarding a private flight to an undisclosed destination for their honeymoon. Security was tight, but sources confirmed that the two held hands the entire time, refusing to let go even as they passed through airport checkpoints. Fans who caught glimpses at the terminal said Boat turned back and waved before disappearing inside, leaving everyone screaming with joy. While the location of their honeymoon remains secret, speculation is running wild. Some fans believe the couple chose the Maldives, citing clues from Boat's past interviews about his dream destinations. Others think they may have chosen a more secluded spot, perhaps Japan or New Zealand, to escape the global spotlight for a while. Wherever they are, the world waits eagerly for the first official honeymoon photos. Meanwhile, their management agency confirmed that a full wedding documentary is in production. The special will reportedly feature unseen rehearsal footage, interviews with family and friends, and candid clips from the couple themselves. Fans across social media have already vowed to treat its release day as another global event, with hashtags like #BoForeverDoku trending within hours of the announcement. As for their legacy, entertainment experts agree that Boat and Oates' wedding has already altered the landscape of the BL industry forever. What began as a pairing admired on screen has evolved into a real-life love story that redefined what is possible for stars under constant public scrutiny. Their courage, openness, and unwavering bond have inspired millions, not just fans of BL, but anyone who has ever believed in love against the odds. An international journalist summed it up in a feature column the following morning. Boat and Oat didn't just invite us to their wedding. They invited us into their hearts, and we all left forever changed. For now, the couple is enjoying the privacy of their first days as husbands. But one thing is certain, the love story of Boat and Oat is no longer just theirs, it belongs to the world, etched in history as one of the most beautiful unions of the 21st century. The vows had been spoken, the rings exchanged, and the kiss sealed the union, but the night was far from over. As the sun dipped into the Bangkok skyline, the wedding shifted from ceremony to celebration, and the entire atmosphere transformed into something even more magical. The reception hall, glittering with golden fairy lights, was unveiled as the newlyweds made their grand entrance hand in hand. Boat had changed into a sleek cream tuxedo with silver detailing, while Oat wore a deep navy suit that shimmered subtly under the lights. The crowd rose to their feet in thunderous applause as the couple walked through a tunnel of sparklers held aloft by their closest friends and colleagues. Every table was adorned with white orchids and floating candles, while the stage bore a giant illuminated sign reading BO Forever 2025. The camera panned across guests whose faces told the story of the night. Some were clapping, some crying, some smiling so wide it was impossible not to feel the joy radiating through the room. The first surprise of the evening came almost immediately. Without warning, the lights dimmed and the sound of a familiar melody filled the air. To the astonishment of everyone present, a group of Thailand's biggest BL actors appeared on stage to perform a tribute medley of Boat and Oates' most iconic songs and moments together. The crowd roared in approval, and the newlyweds could only look at each other, speechless, before breaking into laughter and happy tears. When the performance ended, the MC invited close friends and colleagues to give speeches. Each one painted a picture not just of two celebrities in love, but of two men who had stood by each other through thick and thin. One co-star shared warmly, "I remember years ago, when the cameras were off, how Oat would always look after Boat. He made sure Boat ate properly, rested, and smiled even on hard days. That's not just love, that's family." Another added with a laugh, "We all teased them back then, but today, we see what we were really witnessing, history in the making." The guests raised their glasses in unison, chanting, "Boat and Oat forever." The energy was electric, spilling beyond the walls of the hotel and into the hearts of the millions still watching live. Then came the moment fans had been waiting for, the first dance. The ballroom fell into silence as Boat and Oat stepped onto the dance floor. The opening notes of their favorite love song played, and the two swayed gently at first, gazes locked, hands clasped. Cameras zoomed in on their faces, pure happiness, pure love. As the tempo built, Boat spun Oat playfully, and laughter erupted from the crowd. For a moment, it was as if the entire world had stopped spinning, leaving only the two of them in focus. Fans watching the live stream flooded the chat. "I'm crying. This feels like a drama, but it's real. This is the wedding of the century. How can love be this beautiful?" But the night still had more surprises. Halfway through the reception, the screen behind the stage lit up with a montage unseen footage of Boat and Oates' journey together. Clips of rehearsals, backstage moments, private vacations, and heartfelt exchanges nobody outside their circle had ever seen. Laughter echoed through the hall as silly clips played, and tears flowed as the deeper, more emotional moments surfaced. By the end of the montage, the words "Thank you for believing in us" appeared on the screen, and the audience erupted in applause. As the couple cut their towering 5-tier wedding cake, fireworks lit up the river outside, drawing gasps from the crowd and screams from fans gathered along the banks. The cake itself was a masterpiece, decorated in white fondant, delicate sugar flowers, and a miniature golden sculpture of 2 intertwined rings. Boat fed Oat the first slice, teasing him slightly before finally slipping the fork into his mouth. Oat laughed so hard he nearly dropped his plate, and the room roared with laughter and cheers. Perhaps the most touching moment came later, when the microphone was passed back to the couple. Boat, holding Oat's hand tightly, addressed the audience and the world watching. "Thank you for standing with us all these years. We know it wasn't always easy, but love has brought us here. Tonight, we aren't just celebrating our marriage, we're celebrating every single one of you who believed in us." Oat followed with a heartfelt promise. "This isn't the end of a story. It's the beginning of forever. And I promise you all, I'll take care of him, love him, and cherish him, not just today but for the rest of our lives." The hall fell silent, broken only by the sound of sniffles and applause. Even the live broadcast anchors struggled to keep their composure as they reminded viewers that they were watching history in real time. By midnight, the celebration showed no signs of slowing. Guests danced, laughed, and sang, while fans outside continued their vigil with glowing lanterns released into the night sky, symbolizing blessings for the couple's future. And just when everyone thought the surprises were over, Boat and Oat made a final announcement. They would be flying out the next morning for a private honeymoon, but before leaving, they promised to release a special behind-the-scenes documentary of their wedding to share with fans worldwide. The revelation sent social media into meltdown once again, with fans declaring 2025 as the year love triumphed. As the cameras panned out one last time, capturing the glowing faces, the glittering lights, and the couple holding each other close, the anchor summed it up perfectly. This wasn't just a wedding. This was a movement, a reminder, and a dream fulfilled. On September 17, 2025, Boat and Oat didn't just marry each other, they married the hearts of millions who will never forget this day. And with that, the live stream ended, but the world knew the story of Boat and Oat's wedding had only just begun. The celebration in Bangkok had reached its dazzling conclusion, but for millions across the globe, the night was only beginning. As Boat and Oat stepped away from the glittering reception and into married life, the waves of emotion rippled far beyond Thailand's borders. Within minutes of the live stream ending, social media shattered records. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Weibo were flooded with clips, quotes, and photos from the ceremony. The hashtag #BoatOatWedding 2025 climbed to #1 worldwide, surpassing even major global news events. Analysts confirmed that the live stream had reached over 35 million viewers in real time, an unprecedented feat for any wedding, let alone one from the BL world. Fan reactions were nothing short of explosive. In Seoul, hundreds of fans gathered at a public square to project the live stream on a massive outdoor screen, cheering as if watching a World Cup final. In Manila, a watch party was held in a university auditorium, where students erupted into applause during the couple's vows. In Lagos, fans stayed awake past midnight to witness the kiss, their screams of joy caught on countless livestream fan cams. And in São Paulo, Brazil, fans organized a candlelit vigil by the river, mirroring the lantern display in Bangkok, proving the universality of their love. Entertainment figures also joined the chorus of praise. Thai actors posted behind-the-scenes pictures from the reception, while Korean and Chinese celebrities congratulated the couple in heartfelt messages. A famous K-pop idol tweeted, "Love wins. Congratulations to Boat and Oat, you've made history today." Western media outlets, from CNN to BBC Entertainment, dedicated full segments to the wedding, calling it a cultural milestone that transcended borders. One entertainment magazine wrote, "Boat and Oat didn't just marry each other. They gave fans hope, courage, and proof that true love can thrive in the spotlight." Meanwhile, outside the Mandarin Oriental, fans refused to disperse. Thousands camped along the riverside, holding candles and singing the couple's songs late into the night. Some had flown in from as far as Japan and Australia just to be near the venue, even if it meant standing outside in the humid Bangkok air. Their chants of "Bo forever" could still be heard long after the last fireworks had faded from the sky. The emotional weight of the event was evident everywhere. On TikTok, videos of fans crying during the vows went viral. On Instagram, Boat's whisper, "I've waited my whole life for this day with you," was turned into thousands of edits paired with romantic music. On Weibo, fans declared the wedding the greatest BL victory of all time. Even the couple's older clips from years ago resurfaced, with fans noting how their love story had been written all along. But it wasn't only fans celebrating. Thailand's tourism board reported a sudden surge in inquiries from international travelers eager to visit the wedding venue. Businesses in Bangkok lit up their buildings with rainbow-colored lights as a tribute. Even airlines jumped into the conversation, offering special honeymoon packages inspired by the couple's journey. Journalists covering the event described the atmosphere as unlike anything the entertainment world has seen in decades. One reporter, still teary-eyed, said during a live broadcast, "I've covered royal weddings, red carpets, and award shows, but I've never seen this level of passion. Tonight, Boat and Oat didn't just say 'I do' to each other. They said 'I do' to every fan who believed in them." As dawn approached, news anchors replayed the wedding highlights on loop, analyzing every glance, every word, every tear. Experts predicted that this event would spark documentaries, books, and possibly even a feature film chronicling their journey. Meanwhile, Boat and Oat themselves released a brief joint statement through their management agency just hours after the wedding. It read simply, "Thank you. Thank you to our families, friends, colleagues, and every fan around the world. Yesterday was the most important day of our lives, and we are grateful you shared it with us. This is just the beginning of our forever." The statement was signed with both their initials and a tiny heart, a small gesture that sent fans into yet another frenzy of adoration. By the morning after, entire city streets in Bangkok were covered with fan posters, handmade art, and floral tributes left outside the hotel gates. Some fans even began calling September 17th Bo Day, marking it as an annual celebration of love that they vowed to honor every year. As the couple retreated into privacy for their honeymoon, the world remained buzzing with excitement. Analysts predicted that this wedding would influence not only the BL industry but also how love stories are told in global entertainment for decades to come. And as one international newspaper headlined it best, "On September 17, 2025, love wasn't just celebrated in Bangkok, it was celebrated across the world."